Ooh, this one's weird. Whoa.
Your Honor, I have some serious accusations to bring forth today.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Your
He
Honor.
looks guilty.
Your Honor,
You may
that
present
man-
your case.
please keep. Oh, I have green light.
Wait, Tyler took this case from our conversation yesterday.
Yes, but he didn't just steal a balloon. He killed the kid to take it. This is not a normal SpongeBob episode. That man, Freak Bob over there, is a murderer. And look at his face. He looks like he probably touches kids. Killing one's not out of the question. And furthermore, here's the murder weapon.
The katana.
Your Honor, it's basically like a smoking gun, but it's some dumbass weeaboo sword. And to even add on top of that, this is the apron he was wearing at the time, stained with blood.
Oh shit! I forgot to change the cards back. Oh well.
Your Honor, I have the murder weapon, and I have the outfit he is wearing stained in the victim's blood. You don't need any more evidence.
Alright. That's pretty damning. Anything to back that up? Or to counter that?
Wow. The balloon may have been free, but the murder is still there. I'm
Wow.
gonna point that out. It wasn't free murder day, Your Honor. That's the purge. It's a different day. I like your long beard, Bailiff. What if I tug on it later?
Yeah, I'm gonna use your teeth.
Oh, God.
I got something for you to wear later.
Oh, it comes off! Your Honor, he's getting freaky in courtroom in front of Freak Bob.
I don't know what to use.
Your Honor. He doesn't know what to use because he's guilty, Your Honor.
Oh, see, this blurry photo is of Freak Bob at the time of the incident, which shows that there was no yellow person on the screen. They were
What?
probably off, like, shopping or something.
Objection? He said it was a photo of Freak Bob and then said there's no yellow
No,
person?
that is not what I said. I said it is a blurry photo showing no yellow person there.
A blurry
he's
photo
yellow.
of what?
Your Honor, as a professional who suffers from the yellow plague,
Now, witnesses can't be freaking journalists can't be giving their testimony.
I'll give it a testimony. I'm
Write
just
the
saying.
papers now.
You got it right.
All right, I'll write about the yellow plague.
Oh my God. Your Honor, objection though. The photo proves nothing. It just proves wherever that photo was taken, Freak Bob wasn't there, and that photo wasn't taken.
I said
where
on
the
the time of the incident that they were murdered.
But
Time
you
of
never
the
stated
incident.
the location
Where?
of the incident.
Your Honor, the photo's just a random blurry photo. You can't even see what's on it. It proves nothing. I like it stricken.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. You never gave the
I don't know what
location.
to put. I don't have anything good. I could even share my screen. I have absolutely nothing.
No.
You
You have
gotta
some?
get creative. Make something up.
I have more evidence if
I
required,
can't
Your
make
Honor.
anything up.
Yeah, I'm
Your
gonna have to
Honor, I
give
think
it
he's
back to
guilty.
Tyler.
All right. I'll give more evidence then. A scribbled,
Witness? No.
a scribbled post-it. We're on it. He says, "I love killing children. I love William Afton." That's a reference and an admission, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he's a FNAF fan.
Yeah, he's a furry too. Your Honor is guilty.
Xander, I'll give you one more chance to defend your client.
No.
What about your witness or your
Wait,
cards?
wait.
What?
The witness has problems.
Breaking news.
Fucking gassing themselves. People me suffer from
People
yellow
me
plague.
suffering from yellow plague. That's not how you spell plague.
Xander,
There's a spelling
you're right.
Oh no, well,
spelling mistake in that.
oh no. When I did the pop-up, it wasn't letting me write all of it, so I just cut out a letter.
All right, all the evidence points towards guilty, and the defendant gave up on his client.
Oh yeah.
Sandra, what can you do in this game?
You
I
got
don't know.
It's my courtroom now, motherfuckers. Be scared.
Oh no.
La 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 la. I have a smacky thing. La 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 la. Bonk.
What the fuck is this,
La la la
Logan?
la la. Bonk. La 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 la. Bonk. La 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 la
Your
la.
Honor, I have serious charges.
Bonk. John Freakman.
Mate, I will explain the charges if you give me the green light.
Okay.
Your Honor, as some of you older folks may know, John Hammond is the man behind Jurassic Park. He's the scientist who made
I feel
Jurassic
insulted.
Park. And he decided this time, dinosaurs weren't enough. He wanted to fuck them. Or, should I say, be fucked by them. Using his genetic engineering,
Oh.
he genetically spliced a dinosaur with a black man to make the Big Dickosaurus. So, this is bestiality, and it's also a disgusting, disgusting crime. And we also found his joint paper. He was smoking weed while he thought about it. And we have nanny cam footage of that dinosaur pounding him. You thought Mr. Hands and that horse was bad? This dude was getting dino rocked. Bam, bam, bam. Like making T-Rex noises.
Oh. Okay then.
So guilty now, right?
I'm disturbed. Your turn.
Your Honor, my client is wrongly accused. This is some sick stuff that the prosecutor is trying to come up with. I don't know what he's been Googling, what he jerks off to in his free time,
A
but
lot, Your Honor.
That's
That-
irrelevant, Mr.
that video
Mr.
was
Defense?
clearly not a dinosaur. It was a crab.
Your Honor, that's
and it
not.
was just
Oh.
zoomed in really far on the crab. It wasn't even a dinosaur. He's making stuff up.
Okay. Your turn.
We have Mr. Freakman's fursuit, and he's a dinosaur in the suit. It is like a scaly type.
Okay.
A furry
I think I'm
little
ready to call him
dinosaur.
guilty right off that.
Not only that, here's a stained
What the
underwear.
fuck?
In his stained underwear, there's a dino matter upon it. And for my last piece of
okay.
evidence, I will put it here early. A clogged toilet. This isn't a normal toilet. It's one of those massive outhouses they use for construction workers. There is a dinosaur-sized megatur in there. So I'd like the crab stricken from the record. We have video of the dinosaur, his dino fursuit. And now a news story. There was no crab, Your Honor.
Wait, I think that doesn't mean there's no crab. That just means there's a dinosaur.
True, he could have fucked a crab and a dinosaur.
What?
Your Honor, he's worse than we thought. Get him out of here before every animal known to man falls succumb to his madness.
Oh.
In fact, I'd like to call my
okay.
witness if it's okay.
Sure. Why not?
Your Honor, this is one-sided.
Mr. Movie
Oh,
Producer.
movie producer.
To be fair, you're not
Produce
giving,
movies.
you're not letting Ryan respond.
Hey, Olivia could stop me
okay.
if she wanted. That's
I'm
not
just
my
trying to
job.
make sure it's fair.
I
I'll allow him to interview your witness.
Well, you
first.
got to
How
do the
about that?
witness first. No, let him
Yeah,
cross-examine
alright.
the witness, but I gotta have some time to defend myself.
No.
Yourself?
Got
Were you a part
freaking
of it?
All his evidence on the board, and I couldn't even object to any of
It-
it.
Is this like Diddy Island? Yeah!
Guilty.
What the fuck?
Olivia, you're a
There's
horrible
no
judge.
justice.
I'm just
What
gonna.
happened to court procedure?
Your
Wow,
Honor.
Olivia just let him say whatever he
Honor.
wanted and did not let you
Yeah.
say anything.
I had
You
more
paid the
evidence.
judge.
The movie producer recorded the dino
God.
clapping.
Oh my god.
No, it-
Logan, you put the fucking crab in there.
Yes, I did.
Oh god.
I'm on a 3-0
No.
streak. I'll do it again if no one wants
Oh,
it.
Alright,
look-
I'm gonna give that one another try.
Olivia's a bad judge. I'll take over for
I'm
this
a
one.
great
That-
judge.
No, you didn't even give me a chance.
I'll be fair, you never objected. I just kept going.
Well, no, Olivia never gave him a chance. Just to stop that. Okay, do you
I
have a
kind of did object. Like I did try and like object to a lot of it, but
like you're supposed to
got
stop
railroaded
it
there.
and be like, you're supposed to stop and be like, hey, you got any counters here? You got a problem with this? You want to let it go?
Hey, I steamrolled, but the
Wow.
judge didn't stop me, so.
Yeah, that's the problem. She
Yeah.
didn't stop you.
Alright, ready up,
Correct.
please. That was a funny one, though. You gotta admit. I had a lot of
you,
good
you
evidence.
had stacked evidence on that too. I didn't have shit. I had fucking crap.
Your Honor, I think he's guilty.
Shut up.
Oh.
Xander, pay attention.
Well, anchor. Shit. Am I fucking illiterate? Anchor. Oh no, that is how you spell anchor. Your Honor, I hear, as an experienced prosecutor with many, many guilties under my belt, have
Hey,
I was simply stroking it asunder. I'm sorry. Anyways,
all right,
Muscle Bob.
You know what? Just because of that, I'm striking your first piece of evidence from the record. Whatever you submit.
No. It's not even my turn, apparently, Logan.
You know what? Defense.
Ah, what?
No, okay,
Your
yeah.
Honor.
No,
Nah,
okay, prosecutor,
Muscle
yeah.
Bob here is accused of steroid use, and while on these steroids, assaulting people, causing battery and damage upon them, and throwing anchors at people during a game. For his my first piece of evidence.
Wait a minute.
What evidence? Stupid ass.
No!
It's true now. It's true.
It is. I can see it. The judge is battering the journalist.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
All right,
I
I
don't
will
think-
allow. I will allow this. You know what? How about this? I will leave it up to the defense if they want to entertain your misspelling of anchor.
I mean, okay.
We'll allow it since
We'll allow it?
there's a dual use there. We can allow that.
All right, but I want it to be known that because he is showing you that level of generosity and leeway, I may afford him some more. Otherwise, he'd be
Generosity
stricken
and
from the
leeway.
record.
It is double use.
No, it's not. I looked it up more. There's no word point in the English language where it's not ch for the actual item.
Stop it.
Anyways, you're up. Make a case.
First piece of evidence that I would like a crab. And keep in mind,
fuck.
these are sea creatures. That is a sponge. This crab, also known as Mr. Krabs, is a witness who saw the whole thing and incriminating he knows that SpongeBob, now known as Muscle Bob from his steroid use, both used steroids and attacked people.
All right, Bailiff, you can uncuff her, see if she improves.
Do you have to?
Giving her a chance. I'm a fair man.
Mm.
All right. Attorney.
Your Honor, this prosecutor is wrongly accusing my client of using steroids, painting him out to be just a bad man. He's a really nice guy. Just because he has muscles doesn't mean he's using steroids. He has a clean blood test results showing no steroid use.
Okay.
He's just strong. He can bend a spoon with his finger. He just works out. He puts a lot of it into, a lot of time into his physique. You can see. By his massive arms. He skips leg day all the time, but he gets those arms in.
I will say, you have to agree, his legs are very small.
That's true.
Yeah, leg days fucking suck. I mean, you gotta admit, they're terrible, so.
Blasphemy is important. All right, prosecutor.
Your Honor, we have a sweaty bandana soaked with his sweat and DNA that was found on the crime scene of where he brutally assaulted a young man, beating him with his giant, muscular forearms. Witnessed by the aforementioned crab.
I mean, I'm pretty sure sweat doesn't contain DNA.
I said sweat and DNA, to be fair.
Okay. Good thing I asked for clarification.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have any
Attorney?
response to such? Okay.
Just having a sweaty bandana with my client's DNA on it doesn't prove anything, Your Honor. Like, he could have had, that DNA or that sweaty bandana could have been taken from him. It could have, somebody could have stole it, picked it up off of the gym and carried it with them. We have this nanny cam showing that he was working out at the beach, like getting his gains on his arms, and he wasn't anywhere close to this so-called assault victim and roid rage and throwing. He doesn't have time for any of that. He's got to work out. He's all natural. He's got to be working on those arms 24/7.
I have evidence that may shed some light on
Those
this.
are some mighty impressive arms.
Yeah, they're huge.
Silence. All right, your turn.
What? Silence! Ah, it's your turn anyway.
You spoke out of turn. You know what you did.
Your Honor, not only do we have the bandana there, we also have stained underwear. He was wearing his underwear. He's wearing them in the picture that he works out in, and they're covered in blood. They're stained in this man's blood, his tears, and not only that, I have a witness that saw the whole thing.
I see.
Xander,
Hey, that's not Xander.
Oh, I'm here?
make sure you're
Okay.
paying attention.
Yay.
All right, little girl, I'm the
Okay.
prosecutor and I have called you. I hope you understand that. Muscle Bob here. Can you please confirm that you saw
Yeah.
this man?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw him. He looked like huge.
Yes, and you saw
Nope,
him
don't say
attacking
it like that.
another man, correct?
Yeah, he went to Pound Town on that. Pause. Anyways, yeah, he like beat the no word out of that guy.
add rape to my charges,
Oh, what?
please. You went to Pound Town on him. Oh, okay.
What?
Well, wait. But
No.
this guy already had a clean. Wait, no. This guy already had a clean bill of health in terms of steroid use from the blood test.
Little girl,
Yeah,
what else
he's
did
already,
you see this
He's
man
already
do?
disproved the steroid use.
Well, he seemed a little bit angry. He was walking around insulting people, telling them to move out of his way or get beaten. Mean stuff. Not very nice stuff.
He
Poo-poo head behavior.
did he scare you, perhaps?
Very much.
And
He
did you?
gave me a very not nice glare.
And you can confirm that this took place outside of a gym.
Yep.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, would you
I'd like to cross-examine, Your Honor.
All right, one moment.
Okay, little girl, how old are you?
8.5.
So, you're pretty small.
Yeah.
Almost anybody
That's
bigger than you
mean.
is going.
Hey,
Almost anybody bigger than
Silence.
you is going to look huge, right?
Well, yeah, but that guy was like massive.
Objection, relevance?
Yeah, I guess.
So, you judging the size of somebody, anybody
Valid
bigger than you is
objection.
gonna look huge. Like,
I said to give the lead because you.
Not every guy I see has ginormous muscles bigger than my body.
okay, but it could have been another big person with some big muscles too. There's other people, especially outside of the gym, that are gonna have huge muscles. Pretty
Yeah.
commonplace to see people with big muscles right outside of a gym. Just because you saw a big guy outside of a gym doesn't necessarily mean it was my client.
But not. Yeah, I guess that's true. But not a lot of big guys are yellow.
You're on.
Well,
You're on.
no further questions,
Your
Your
Honor.
Honor.
No. I was trying to say, your line of questioning is kind of with the prosecution here. I don't see what the point was.
Yeah, that's why I objected. It made no sense.
Hey, no. That's why I said to give him
Okay.
leeway.
It was to
What did I
prove
miss?
that my line of questioning was to prove that outside of a gym, an 8-year-old could very easily mistake one musclehead for another. It's pretty easy to mistake that as an 8-year-old seeing a huge guy outside of a gym.
I mean,
Doesn't necessarily
it
have
was
to be my client.
It was your line of questioning. You said you were allowed to do it. All
If I
right.
may, I do have another
Would you-
piece.
First, would you call your witness?
I'm scared. All right, I'll call my witness to the stand.
I mean, hi, I'm a
Um.
truck driver.
Okay, Mr. Truck Driver.
Uh-huh.
You were driving past the gym at the time of this so-called assault, correct?
Yeah, what about it?
And you saw the whole thing going on. There was a lot of guys coming out of that gym that were pretty huge, right?
Yeah, they were pretty big. They're pretty big guys. Some bigger than others, but yeah.
So
What?
as you were driving by, it could have been really any huge guy out there that assaulted this kid. It didn't necessarily did you specifically
guess.
see my client assaulting, or just a big guy?
Uh-huh.
I'll take as a affirmative, Your Honor.
Xander, he asked you a question. That wasn't a statement.
So it's a yes or no question. Yes. I'll take your as a yes.
Uh-huh, is a yes, yeah.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right.
I'd like to cross-examine.
Prosecution. Granted.
Truck driver, how fast were you going when you were driving?
Like, probably, 50.
So there's no way you could prove anyone specific in that gym.
John, Xander really is just sabotaging your case.
Yeah.
The truck driver, there's no way you could prove that buff man in specific was at the gym, right?
Oh, Lord. Xander actually just screwed himself.
Let me clarify. Going at such a speed, do you think you could reasonably infer that man right there was in the gym? And can you confirm you were driving past the gym at the specific times this crime took place?
Well, I guess you could say I was, About to.
Your Honor, it insists upon itself, Your Honor.
really
All right, chicken the journalist for
Chicken
that.
Ducky.
Your Honor,
You know what?
the
Oh,
witness
no!
has yet to answer any of my questions I'm going to mention, other than the fact that they were going fast. I'm going to have to accept the fact that they can't place their client at the gym during the time of the crime. They can't place that their client was anywhere but at the crime. And
Your Honor,
the truck driver's
that's
done
the
nothing.
prosecutor's job is to place my client at the crime
But you're
scene,
unable
not
to
the other way around.
disprove it.
That's not how it works. This
But
is innocent proving guilty.
No,
You have to
no,
be able
but
to place them there.
I placed him there. I proved why I placed him there, and he's unable to disprove it. And the client they brought in to do so has contradicted his own statement in being able to place him there.
All right. One, to be fair, this is a witness, not a client.
I'm
And two,
referring to
you still
SpongeBob
have
as a
to-
client.
Okay. And you still have to contend with the nanny cam that has SpongeBob here at the Sponge Royd Bob McGee, you fuck, at the beach.
I've been wanting to, but we've been doing both the witnesses right now.
Well, you know, any further questions for the witness who
no,
sabotaged Ryan's case?
Unfortunately, I think the witness speeds through town like a dick.
And absolutely destroys the defense's case.
But as I
Go!
see, I have
People
the
to
green
meet.
light. I would like to bring up two things. One, as we mentioned, I like the nanny cam just stricken. No one uses nanny cams in the gym for any reason. Gym owners don't put nanny cams. They use security cameras. The only explanation is he brought his own in a random gym, and perhaps he just took this footage to give himself a defense in the future.
Well, you know what? It's not my place to speak. If our attorney remembers why that doesn't apply, he
Your
can do
Honor, I would like to present my client's flip phone GPS records showing that he was indeed, it will corroborate with the nanny cam photo showing that he was at the beach gym working on his magnificent biceps during the time of the
I'm gonna be right back.
alleged assault.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to
All right,
object. We went from a normal gym, inside gym with a nanny cam, to now an outdoor gym that also had trucks driving past the beach?
No,
I said my
No.
client was at a beach gym. You said my client is at like an actual building gym.
You're
They're two
saying
different
he
gyms.
brought a nanny cam
no,
to the beach.
that's correct. What he said is consistent.
So you're saying he brought a nanny cam to the beach himself, set it up, recorded his workout, and you're not disproving the fact.
Gotta get those shots for the gram, man.
I'm gonna have to mention the crimes took place at the beach. The anchor throwing contest. This happened at the beach.
Well, wait, you said earlier it happened outside a gym.
Yes, the gym.
That
But
was,
no, the anchor
that
throwing
was what
took
I
place in the
thought,
beach.
too.
The assault. Actually, I didn't say anything about taking it outside of a gym. Other like directly outside, away from a gym, is still away from a gym. Outside, not in it. The gym beach.
Your
he was
Honor, it
not
doesn't sound
by
like
at
the
time.
prosecutor knows where this assault took place.
I have not changed it. Away from the gym, anchor throwing contest took place on the beach, and the little girl placed him at the scene of the crime. And your attempted placement from the truck driver fell through. And I'm gonna have to object with the flip phone. In general, flip phones did not have GPS. I've never once seen a flip phone.
No,
with
that.
GPS.
I mean,
They had triangular positioning on them. There was.
okay.
And you
then,
think
yeah,
it is-
I was about to say that. I was about to say you're correct with the GPS, but he said that it's triangulation, which did exist.
And you're saying that this triangulated position is so accurate that just a few feet out of this beach gym away from it, you can confirm he was not there and was only on this beach gym at the time.
Tyler, you're putting me in a bit of a pickle here with my actual job.
Not really. There is not any way this flip phone is accurate enough to do this. And not only that, there's another.
Sure.
There's another device he had on him, a Kindle, a more up-to-date and modern device. And guess what it has? GPS tracking. And he happened to have it on him.
Actually, I don't think Kindles do. I think it's e-readers.
I owned a Kindle.
Yeah, I think
You can
so.
download
I
apps
don't-
from the App Store on it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was e-readers.
It's both. It's a shitty
Well-
tablet, basically.
I think I've had a Kindle. Have I had a Kindle, Dad?
Silence.
I don't know.
And if he doesn't
Oh.
bring another piece of evidence, I do have another one.
I
All right, well, let's
have-
allow the defense a chance to respond.
I have this floppy disk that shows the pinpoint accuracy. I don't know where that Kindle came from. I don't think it's my client's Kindle. He's not bringing a nanny cam and a flip phone and a Kindle to the gym. I don't know where he got that Kindle, but I think he placed it on my client. This floppy disk shows the triangular positioning of the cell phone, how exact they were back then, and to within probably about 10-15 feet. So the flip phone triangulation was good enough. I'm not sure where the Kindle came from.
You know what? I have a state. I'm not going to say anything. That's the attorney. That's the prosecutor's job.
So,
yeah. Okay.
You're gonna say it's weird that he has a Kindle, a flip phone, and a nanny cam, but then you're gonna bring that he has a floppy disk? Your Honor, did he bring his entire computer setup to this beach gym that he allegedly never left?
Everybody carries around cell phone triangular positioning records in a floppy disk. What's
Your
wrong
Honor,
with
I
you?
brought up as an early disapproval of the nanny cam that it seems very, very, very clear he simply tried to buy himself an alibi with this different technology while he then left to murder someone.
See, the nanny cam, I'm fine with. It's a little weird, but whatever. An old cell phone, okay, that flies. A floppy disk saying that, hey, I can actually be triangulated with this cell phone. That's a bit weird.
Your
Like
Honor.
that's over the line.
I'm gonna have to say, it sounds like he uses a lot of outdated and faulty tech to prove his location. To try to buy himself an alibi while he goes and commits murders.
But this
Wait,
is
there's no allegation of murder, Your Honor.
Okay,
That's-
assault.
that's
Prosecutor's
awesome.
making up accusations.
Statement retracted. Assault
Whoa.
and battery. And to be fair, anchor throwing, hitting someone
I
by
don't
throwing
even
an
think
entire
that the
anchor on him.
prosecutor knows what he's trying to pin on my client. I think he's
So
just
that would-
jealous of his
The charges keep
magnificent cars.
growing. Rape got added because of the little girl.
Order. Silence, retards. Order. Okay. You know what? You lose your green light. Okay. So
I have evidence.
here's where I'm at. Shut up. I need a second to speak. Thank you, bailiff. All right. So Olivia, stop chewing into the mic. All right. So you know what, bailiff, bird both of them. Thank you. All right. So here's where I'm at right now. Tyler over here, the prosecution, is primarily trying to prove that he was there, right? And his only witness right now for the attacks even occurring is a little girl. But her testimony is a little bit shaky because you were asking her about a gym as well. Then on your side, the floppy disk, I'm sorry, that is more incriminating than anything else just because of how suspicious it is. But they're still not, but however, the steroid use is already gone because you have blood tests saying he didn't use the steroids. So now we're limited to assault and battery. Roid rage is gone because it doesn't do steroids, and throwing anchors. So right now, your proof has to be for assault. That's where I'm at. You may speak.
All right, Your Honor, I'm going to bring up my old evidence again because I already proved that. And he actually didn't object to it, ever. The stained underwear with blood on it, not objected to. The crab, Mr. Crab's witness, not objected to. He slightly
Okay.
objected to the sweaty
Oh.
banana, or sorry, bandana.
Okay, so the underwear, you never said whose blood that was, for one. Yeah,
It's still
maybe his
blood.
blood farts.
What the fuck is
All
a
right, the
blood
crab,
fart?
that... I don't know, dude.
What?
It's pretty normal. Everybody gets them.
And a crab is, I guess, fair. Okay, but what I'm saying is, like, these are the crab and the little gross, somewhat circumstantial. I want like if you get something very hard hitting, considering the steroid use itself has already been thrown out, and that's like a third of your case.
And I'm good.
Copy
I
right
have
back.
one more piece of evidence. I have one more.
Okay, I was just trying to clarify. That's where you're at. Steroid use is already thrown out and gone. You need to try and prove the roid rage. Not the roid rage. That's gone. My bad. Assault and battery and throwing anchors at people, which is still basically assault and battery.
Well, I'm gonna have to try to bring back the roid rage because I have evidence to prove it. We had an article on it. We recently got proof of a magazine cutout letter. Who's it from? His doctor. The letter stating that he has been supplying this client with steroids, and he is pretty much falsifying his blood tests so that he could stay in the anchor throwing competition.
Okay, there we go. That's the kind of evidence I needed. All right, attorney, anything?
So this doctor's going to be publicizing, basically nailing himself and getting his permission to practice as being a doctor taken away by publicizing this information in a magazine. That sounds real fishy, like he's reaching.
Objection. I did not say it was published in a magazine. He cut the words out of a magazine, which is what magazine cut refers to in making letters. And the reason he did that was to try to hide his identity.
I guess that makes sense, but it's
Your
still
Honor
shady.
insists
Like,
upon itself, Your Honor.
you're
Your
gonna take
Honor.
you're gonna take a witness from some shady magazine cutout saying that yes, this is what I did. I would accept that if it was a in-person witness, but you're gonna take a bunch of magazine clippings as evidence
Well, we have both the
of
witness.
this man's guilt.
of the
Anybody
letter.
could have done that. He could have done that in the bathroom on his way to court, Your Honor. The
I'm gonna-
prosecutor's making stuff up.
I'm gonna.
You know,
we have
I
three
will say,
witnesses.
I will say, you are using the magazine cutout letter, and specifically saying that he used the letter in order to make himself anonymous. So I can't even tie this letter to a doctor, like, verifiably, unless they're willing to testify, which they aren't, seemingly.
I'm going to have to point out, though, that's not my only witness. I had two others willing to testify of not only his location, but of, at bare minimum, assault and battery. With a roid rage, it's
I'm not saying you're behind. I'm just saying I have to cut out the magazine letter because it's not verifiable. But all right, you are. I will say I'm leaning more towards you,
In this
attorney. You got anything?
No, I was just objecting to the magazine cutout. That's all I have to object to. If we're doing closing statements, then
Well,
We've
I need something solid here because there definitely is more on the prosecution's favor right now.
we've already disproven the steroid use, which is huge. His witness can attest to big people outside of a gym. We just
That's-
will pass over my witness.
Yeah, let's say your witness completely threw you under the bus.
My witness.
His witness was the smartest one.
All right.
My witness. We just won't talk about my witness. But I don't think that the stained underwear. There's nothing that the stained underwear, just because it looks like my client's, that doesn't link it to my client. It's just some stained underwear. The Kindle, I just think that he planted that evidence because my client wasn't carrying all of that to the gym with him. That's crazy.
All right.
So, first of all, the little girl didn't just say buff guys out of gym. He directly said that man, pointed to him, and said the yellow man was outside of the gym and was seen hurting people. And when asked, how do you know it's my client? There's a lot of buff guys. She said, not a lot of them are yellow with big pink arms. Directly saying that, client. I'm also going to bring up the stained underwear was found, you know, he was wearing them, as I stated.
Suck
And-
my big wheelie dick!
And I'm going to have to ask that the bent spoon gets stricken from the record for relevance, and the nanny cam, flip phone, and floppy disk all get stricken. Just because he himself
The
agrees he
bents-
didn't carry them all there.
Wait. You want the floppy disk stricken? I mean, okay, if you're pushing for it.
I only want
What-
the floppy
do you have anything
disk
to say?
stricken if the rest is stricken. The whole 3 pieces of technology
The
to
bent
prove his
spoon.
location.
Well,
I
okay,
think it falls flat.
wait a minute. Let me allow them to respond to that.
The bent spoon was just proving that he was a all natural. You know,
No, I'm
What?
gonna agree. I'm gonna agree that doesn't necessarily mean he's natural.
No, it just means he's strong. No one's
Wow.
disproving that he's strong. He's buff as hell. He can
the
bend a
bent
spoon.
spoon doesn't do anything for me, anyways. Why'd you want to strike it?
Cause fuck your
I
spoon.
think
Does nothing.
His point was didn't do anything for the case. How do you feel about him
Yeah.
striking the nanny cam, the flip phone, and the floppy disk?
No, the nanny cam is used to. He had the nanny cam. He's on, like you can see him on the footage of the nanny cam. There's no reason why you would strike it from evidence. It shows him on the nanny cam.
Shows him what?
The
Beating
flip phone,
people?
it doesn't show him beating people. It shows him working out on the beach, and that flip phone is his phone. Just because it's an old phone doesn't mean it's not evidence.
It
the
insists
flop-
upon itself. Your Honor.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright, I think
Alright,
it's
the floppy
time
disk.
for a decision to be
And
made.
the floppy disk, he just happened to be able to find that floppy disk that shows the records of
All right.
the accuracy of triangulation of the cell phones on.
I have heard everything I think I'm gonna hear. Guilty.
Yeah.
Ah,
You should have let Tyler strike the floppy disk for the record